Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my presentation. I'm a little under the weather, so I do apologize for that. Let's get it going. Introduction, I'm Jacob Senstead, and I'm 22 years old. I'm from Sioux City, Iowa. It's about 4.5 hours west of here. And I knew I wanted a job in chemistry before I came to this class, but using some of the elements I've learned, I've really helped narrow it down. So for career development theories, I found the Holland's theory to be the most helpful. I got investigative, realistic, and enterprising. And essentially that just means I like working with numbers, I'm a thinker, and I like doing hands-on kind of stuff. And at first I thought, I'm doing stuff in chemistry, it's not telling me much, but then I realized there's a very wide field of jobs in chemistry. You could be spending all day in a lab using heavy machinery, or you could just be simply looking at a tree to see what it's sucking up from the nutrients, or to see what is in our water supply. For assessments, 16 personalities, I got debater. It basically means I've got a voice. I can voice my input anytime I want, and I'm not scared to let people know what I'm thinking, and I think that's very good for having a voice in whatever you do for a job. For the focus 2, I got IRE. I just touched on that in the Hollands. I'm a thinker, and I like doing hands-on kind of stuff. 5 values, I got balance, which is essentially work-life, home-life balance. I think you need a good balance in order to keep doing your job and not get burned out. I like some competition in my job. I like quality, not quantity. And I like having kind of a competitive side to keep me going. High earnings. Everyone wants to be a millionaire. Realistically, most of us probably won't be. But a job that pays for what I need and some of what I want, good enough for me. Status. I want a job where I'm happy to put my name on it. I'm happy to say this is what I do. It's not just some low level job where I'm not doing anything important. I would like to have a good job where I'm happy to put my name on it. And friendship. Every job I've ever had, if I had friends there, I enjoyed it, and I believe building meaningful relationships is a part of working. Career Path A is forensic chemist. It's basically what Abby from NCIS does. I found it on the American Chemical Society website. It was not the career of my interviewee. The reason I like being hands-on in addition to the problem solving on it. If there's a substance at a crime scene that I need to test the blood of someone to see if there's drugs in their system. That sounds interesting to me. So actions I can take, I can look for internships. This is a job where you have to get your foot in the door. You have to get your name out there so people know that you're capable of doing this kind of work. Also, I can look for jobs in this kind of setting where this kind of machinery is used. Right now in labs, I do infrared. I do gas chromatography. I know no one knows what that means. Essentially, I'm doing tests where there's some room for error, but in this specific job, there's no room for error. So I'd have to get accustomed to their machinery. Some roadblocks. Some employers look for a master's degree. I don't plan on getting a master's degree. If something comes up where I can, I will. But so to get past the roadblock of not having a master's, I'll just try to get some work experience in addition to maybe taking a higher level lab course. And then it's harder to find these kind of jobs. Believe it or not, you don't just type in chemistry jobs and the first thing that comes up is who wants to be a forensic chemist. So trying to find a job that's not only available but in a good setting, a good region for me to be in, that can be a roadblock. So 2 resources, the ACS website, they post what it's like to do the job, they interview people on the job, they tell you what you need to do to get that job. That's a huge resource in addition to internships. I'm pretty sure I put that as a resource for the next one as well because if you can get an internship with a company, you're going to look good to not only them but basically everyone else you apply for. Career path B would be industrial research and design in a lab setting. It was kind of what my interviewee did. He was a lab manager, but it was an academic setting. And the reason I like it is I want to be hands-on in a lab. It would give me ample work with machinery that I would find very fun. 2 actions I could take. I could try to get a job here at the labs at Iowa. Some of the chemistry professors do offer lab jobs to students, either for credit hours or for money. I'd probably have to do it for credit hours. And I can also sign up for higher level lab courses. That's more getting into the BS. I'm getting a BA. And so if I can just take another lab course or 2 that's higher level, that's going to look really good. Some roadblocks. Experience is key. It's kind of hard to get experience in these kind of lab settings. I would have to try to get either a lab job at Iowa or try to find a lab that's hiring, and those aren't exactly easy to get a job at. And then another roadblock is a BS in chemistry. A lot of them want a BS. I believe if I get a BA and then I just get some experience, that should be enough to get my foot in the door. Resources. Here at Iowa, they offer a lot of labs, not only for working in, but also for classes, and I believe those would be used very effectively as a means for showing I can do the work. And then, again, internships. And not only internships, that's more just job experience in general. If I can just get a job in that area, I believe that I could be able to land a job for me. So, for the future, 5 years down the road, hopefully I'm married. I'll be 27. Hopefully I'm working, and maybe I'll be buying a house by then. I don't like living in an apartment, if I'm being honest with you. 10 years down the road, I'll be 32. Probably have a kid. I'll probably still be working at the same job and hopefully at a higher position. Hopefully I'll get, a pay raise or a promotion of some kind. Three changes that could impact my career path. Number one, if I land an internship, especially not with these kind of jobs, it could totally change what I do if it's something I like. Location, I called the largest distributor of hydrochloric acid to see if they were letting us do jobs in lab, if I could get an internship of some kind. And they said, yes, if you're willing to move to New Jersey. So, depending on my location, that could definitely impact where I get a career. And lastly, education. Something comes up and they say, hey, you want to get a master's? Or you want to get anything in chemistry that would be higher than what you've done, and they offer to pay for it, I'll say, heck yeah. Or if just the opportunity comes up, that could definitely impact it. Thank you very much for tuning in.